Hi all, this is Saif here, and in this video I would be demonstrating a merge statement. So merge is one of the SQL statement which is a tailor-made for situations when you want to do insert, update, delete simultaneously. So that's what it's written over here, and it's typically when we can use source as a table, view, or a query. And in a merge statement we can perform multiple widely DML statements like insert, update, and delete with some conditional subqueries and where clause. So that's all what all in one merge statement can do in one shot. So how the syntax goes of merge statement is merge into your table name, which should be a target, using your source as a table, view, or a query. We will be giving a table alias. There would be a matching condition on those two tables. So when the data is matching, either we will update or delete. And when the data is not matching, so what we would do is we would insert the data. So let's try to see this with a practical demonstration. I have a table called employee table. Now what I'll do is I'll create a table source and target with using this structure. So create table, and my table name is emp underscore source as select all from employee where my row num is less than equal to 5. In spite of taking the entire data set, I'm just taking 5 records from my employee table in the source table. Let's run this query. The query has been executed. Now what I'll do is I'll create one more table emp underscore tgt, and here I'll try to give a dummy condition, that is where 1 is not equals to 2. So I want to create a table with the same structure of my employee, but I don't want to carry over the data, so that's why I've written a false condition. So let's execute this statement as well. So there are two records which has been created. So the first table is emp underscore source. Let's execute the statement. So here I have 5 set of records. Okay, so another table is emp underscore tgt. So let's copy this, let's paste this, and let's eradicate this. Let's execute this. So we don't have any data over here. So what I need to do is I need to bring the data from here and load the data over here. So let's start heading a merge statement. So merge into your table name is emp underscore tgt. So I'll give a alias as target using my source table. So my source table would be emp underscore source, and let's give a joining condition. So tgt dot employee number, which would be a primary key, tgt dot, so it should have source dot employee number, and when matched, then, and when not match, then. So when the data is matching, so what I'll do, I'll have the update statement, update set. So I need to see all the columns. So apart from your employee number, so I would be maintaining all the columns over here. So my target dot ename equals to source dot ename. Let's go over here. Target dot job equals to source dot job. Target dot manager equals to source dot manager. Target dot hire date equals to source dot hire date. Target dot salary equals to source dot salary. Target dot commission equals to salary dot commission, and the last column is target dot dptno equals to source dot dptno. So when the data is not matching, it would hit a update statement corresponding all my target columns with my source columns, leaving my condition column. And when not match, then I need to hit a insert statement. So insert, so target dot employee number, target dot ename, target dot job, target dot manager, target dot hire date, target dot salary, target dot commission, target dot department number. So I need to insert into my target table Let's copy this using values. Let's paste this and let's change this target to source. So the time would be saved a bit. Okay, so my merge statement is ready. So what I've written is merge into your table name using one table on a matching condition. So when match, I need to update the data. When not match, I want to insert the data. So now we have five set of records. So when I hit this merge statement, so five records should go to your target table. So let's execute this. So we have invalid identifier salary dot commission. So this is the problem. Let's write the appropriate column name and let's try to hit this merge statement again. So again there is one invalid identifier commission. So where I'm making the problem. So target dot commission COM salary. Oh, here I should have written source dot commission. So let, now it should execute this. So if you see, five rows are being merged. Now let's hit a commit clause and let's run this query. Now if you see, five records are being returned to my target table. So the exact data which is coming from my source, which is returned to my target table. Now what I'll do is I'll take these two employees and try to write an update statement. Let's write an update statement. So let's not use the another one. Let's play it in a single window itself. And what I'll do is I'll write a small update statement. Update. I would updating my the data from the source, and let's say set salary or let's set commission equals to. I'll add in my commission $1,000, ₹1,000, where my employee number in. So I'll just take my first two columns, first two record, that is 7521 7654. So I'm increasing the commission for these two records. So the earlier one is 7521 has a commission of 500, so it should become 1500, and 7654 has a commission of 1400, so it should become 2400. Let's comment this out and let's execute this update statement. So two rows have been updated. Let's hit a commit clause. Let's see the data. So if you see, so 7521, so the salary is 1500, so we have added 1000, and 7654, so 2400. So now when I run this merge statement, what it should do is it should update the data. So let's try to hit the merge statement. Let's execute this. If you can see over here, so five rows have been merged. Ideally this is not the case, only two rows have been updated, but later on we will sort this out. But at the moment, let's see the data. Let's run the commit clause and let's see the data into my target as a table. So and where it, so if you see 7521 and 7654 is exactly the same. So we are getting the same data. So my merge statement is working as per the expectation. Now coming to the another syntax and that updation. So what I'll do is I'll just revert back this to my original state. I'll just minus the 1000 stuff. Let's hit the commit clause and let's truncate the target table. So truncate table and my table name is emp underscore tgt. Let's execute this statement. Table has been truncated, so there's no data. So if you'll execute this query, so there is no data. If you see the source, there is five records. Now what I'll do is I'll add one column alter table and my table name is emp underscore tgt, and I will add a column, let's say status, data type of where care of 2 size of 20, and let's add one column. So let's execute this statement. So one column has been altered. So in this column, what I need to show, my data has been inserted or updated. So that's a small thing which I would be doing it over here. So it's an order statement, so no need of commit clause. Now if you run this query, so there's one extra column which says status, so I need to take care of that column as well. So what I'll do is I'll just add one column over here which says target underscore status equals to updated when the data is being updated, and when the column is not there, so it would be target dot status, it would be as inserted. So so two things are being done now. Cool. So if I run this for the first time, 5 rows would be written, 5 rows would be merged, so that is good. Let's go to my target table. So if you see, 5 records is inserted. Now I'll just hit this commit, I just hit this update statement, hit a commit clause. Now if I'll run this query, so if you will see 5 rows being merged. Let's hit a commit clause. Let's see the data to the target table. Now if you see, all the rows are being showing as updated, which is not the case ideally because only 2 records were being updated. So let's try to use the second version of the merge statement and try to eradicate this issue. So what I'll do is I'll bring this to the original state. I'll just subtract the minus, and let's set a commit clause and let's truncate the table. So things are being done. So if you'll see, from source 5 records are there, from the target no records. So what I'll do is I'll try to use a query mechanism. So I'll just take all the columns, select, so employee number, e-name, job, manager, hire date, salary, commission, and department number from my emp underscore txt. I'll copy this and I'll write a minus clause, and here I would use this as a source. So if you run this query for now, so it will show you the two tables are being in sync at the moment. That is what the uh, thing is. So let's try to run this. Let's try to run us. So if you see, 5 records are there in my target table, no records are there. So let's execute this merge statement for the first time. So it should hit 5 rows. 0 rows have been merged. Why is this the incorrect stuff? Yes, it should be. Now let me run this again. Yeah, so 5 rows have been merged. Now let's hit a commit clause and let's run this SQL statement. Now if you see, in my target table there are 5 records which showing as inserted. Let's increase the salary for 2 records. 2 rows have been updated. Let's hit a commit clause. Now if you run this SQL statement minus clause, we would be just getting 2 rows which are getting updated. So in spite of updating the whole set of records which is coming from my source, it would be just taking up the change data and running the update statement. Let's run this SQL statement now. So if you'll see, 2 rows have been merged. So in my earlier case, the data was showing 5 rows have been merged. So that has been overcome over here. Let's hit a commit clause and let's run the data to my target table. So if you see, only 2 rows are being showing as an updated with the new salary of an addition of 1,000, with a new commission of an addition of 1,000 for the employee Ward and Martin, and the rest 3 records are showing as insert state. So this is how your merge statement would work in. So it would be taking care of your merge into. It would be taking care of your update statement and insert date statement simultaneously. So that gives you a flexibility to write all the DML statements, insert, update, delete in one go while using conditional clauses. I have not used conditional clauses, but still this is a merge statement which will give you the appropriate set of results. So That's all with the merge statement. So this is Seth signing off from this video tutorial of SQL merge statement. So try to give a hands-on on this merge statement with the syntax, and try to watch this video and try to give a hands-on. That will give you immense hands-on practice and self-confidence to work on a merge statement if a scenario or requirement comes. So thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video, do share it among with your friends and keep a like on this video. Thanking you. Take care.